Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and getting ready for our weekly options live trade brief here at 1 o'clock Eastern for my weekly options members. Going to be a very interesting week. Have a lot of events to talk about. Real quickly, though, let's give a civics lesson to how about all the idiot liberals and Democrats out there? Since you have no memory of anything, maybe during civics or political science class, you were still hungover or still high from the night before. All U.S. presidents, when they come in, ditch their attorneys generals from the last administration. Are you that stupid that you don't know this? Jeff Sessions, our current attorney general of the United States, was booted by Bill Clinton. So all the liberals whose faces are melting off that he fired the Manhattan attorney general or from the Southern District, grow up, do some history. Of course, he was asked to resign, and he didn't because he wants to run for mayor, and he wanted to make a political spectacle. So the two words that Trump is used to saying, "you're fired," were used. So it was nothing but a political stunt. And it was gross. That guy's a piece of crap anyway, in my opinion. You know who he didn't prosecute? John Corzine. Former Goldman Sachs head, former governor of New Jersey, former senator from New Jersey, huge Obama campaign bundler, and Clinton. $1.2 billion. Anybody remember that implosion? You're not allowed to commingle funds, right? All these farmers who hedged out in the Midwest, farmer money, folks, middle America money, he commingled when his firm was imploding and he used it to pay debts. It's a felony. It is not any more black and white than that. He didn't prosecute the guy. You tell me why. It's gross. That guy deserved to be fired, and he's I'll leave it at that. So do some civics lessons, liberals. There's Wiz's rant for the day, complete. Getting really worried here, guys, about the Pacific region, the biggest show of force since World War II. And I showed you the words of the Chinese foreign minister or their State Department spokesman about, hey, Americans, you need to really look into the history of how World War II started, meaning we're about to have another one. Japan's sending its largest self-defense force helicopter carrier, the Izumo, to the region. We have the Carl Vinson in the area. The Chinese are deploying their fleet. How does this end, folks? Does this end with everybody meeting in the middle, shaking hands and go, what we were thinking, let's all get along? You know, we'll throw Rodney King in the middle and everybody shakes everybody's hands? Or does North Korea continue launching bottle rockets? That's exactly what they're going to do, folks. They are testing Trump, right? New administration, firing bottle rockets. My people are starving. China cut off our coal. We need stuff. Bottle rockets under the past administration's got us stuff, so we're going to keep doing it. Not good news. This is one of those black swan events that I'm talking about that out here in this white space of the S&P 500 could do that. Have absolutely got to be hedged for these world events, folks. If you're not paying attention to this and you're just paying attention to Tesla or oil or Obamacare or even the nor'easter that you're about to get hit with up there, hey, no offense, folks. I'm dressed like this because after I get done weekly options, I'm going for a run on the beach, man. Heading over to the Boca Hotel, going to work out and go for a run on the beach. You're more than welcome to come down here and join me. Speaking of that, real quick, to all my members, we're going to be doing a live event in June. I don't have the event written down. I'll talk about it in our weekly options live trade brief. Okay, so never mind. The Article 50 getting ready to be invoked over in the UK, so looks like it is going to happen, the Brexit. Remember, as I briefed you during all of this, it takes, according to the EU's own paperwork, 2 years minimum to get out of this. Take any government document that says 2 years and add 2 years to it. So I don't think this will be that much of a shock to the market. Might be a but it ain't going to be the pullback that it was. Here's the Bank of Japan is doing a stealth taper. It's funny they call it that because if I know about it, it ain't too stealth, is it? But I think 18 trillion or whatever it was less of asset buying, and they're trying to slowly ease and taper, kind of like Mario Draghi's doing in Euro. So it looks like everybody's starting to draft behind the United States. We did our quantitative easing 1 through 4, Operation this and everything, and then we tapered, and here we are with the Fed raising rates this week. There's a more than 100% probability that she's raising rates next week, especially after the blistering jobs report last week. So expected Federal Reserve rate increase and possible Brexit move could push traders to reverse course in unison. Well, what is it? So we're going to sell on the fact that we know that she's raising interest rates, folks. One of the market's waking up. We're starting to get out of bizarro market, where good news is good news, bad news is good news, and awful news is great news. And we're getting back into pre-2008 market where, hey, the Fed raising interest rates means they might think that something's good out there and things are going to get better. They don't raise interest rates when things are crappy. That's why we've been in a near zero rate interest environment for years, and all that quantitative easing. So the fact that they're trying to get back to a normal policy is a good sign. The Fed's expected rate increase signals return to more normal world. As oil stabilizes, I don't know about that, and expected inflation picks up, officials are now putting equal weight on upside and downside risks. Normal world. Isn't that great, folks? So as the financial markets are getting back to a normal world, we have a potential war in the South China Sea, potential nuclear war, where we even do a first strike against North Korea, maybe even an EMP strike. And Google that, electromagnetic pulse. So we don't necessarily kill people. We just drop a couple EMPs that fry all the electronics around these nuke sites. So it takes them years to rebuild their Atari 2000s and start from Pong and start again. But also, what happens with an EMP pulse? Do nukes automatically go off? We don't know. Very scary out there. We got Iran launching bottle rockets. We got Russia who's arcing around out there. So very dangerous world out there. Politically, militarily, and all that stuff, but economically, it looks like we're trying to get back to normal. Strengthening economy, improving earnings, and likelihood of measured rates buoy stocks. So one article, the journal is saying, hey, this is bullish that the Fed's doing this, and then this other one says, wait, people are getting a little. We could reverse course. Which one is it, journal? I'm telling you which one it is. We go up. So nice little sell on the State of the Union, which we predicted. And the next move is up, folks, unless we get one of those big macroeconomic events. We'll talk about this tomorrow in the PLTB. Good article about how Warren Buffett should buy AIG. Maybe you buy some deep in the money 80 Delta calls as a lottery ticket with a headline like this. We'll talk about that tomorrow morning. This is the page. It's not fully up to date with what's going on with the events. I'll give you the details of the event, but this is at least an interest sheet that I'll show you in about 36 minutes that you can fill out if you want to come to our live event, 2-day event. Couple speakers down here in South Florida. It should be a blast. Okay, I got to get going. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock in our weekly options live trade brief. We're going to take a look at maybe the S&P 500, Apple, and also Facebook. The Apple and Facebook, they have not stopped going up, and it's been incredible. I mean, it doesn't go up forever, but if you can get a lot of nice base hits and a couple of home runs, eventually when you do strike out on one of those weekly options trades, it's not that painful, and you're still overall profitable. Okay, so I'll see all my members in 35 minutes.